From WBNG, the Southern Tier's #1 local news. This is 12 News at 11.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for 12 News at 11. I'm Zach Grady. We begin tonight with the latest on the race for the White House. Former President Donald Trump is expected to announce his choice for vice president in the coming weeks. A number of names have been floated, and we're learning that several potential picks are in the vetting stages of the process. Reporter Julia Penbrook has more details.
As the quest to round out the 2024 Republican ticket heats up ahead of next month's National Party convention, a source familiar with the process says several of former President Donald Trump's potential running mates have received vetting materials. Among them, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum.
Well, I know this is a big interest to some folks that are following the process, but I would just defer any questions back to the Trump campaign team.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio.
Well, I'll do whatever the campaign asks me to do, so I've been at events to help raise money and so forth.
And Ohio Senator J.D. Vance.
I want to help Donald Trump get elected because it's really important that he become the next president.
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, New York Representative Elise Stefanik, Florida Representative Byron Donalds, and former HUD Secretary Ben Carson were also sent various levels of paperwork in the vetting process. Sources insist the vetting process will look different for each person. Trump has floated a lengthy list of names in recent months and routinely asks allies, donors, and members of his Mar-a-Lago resort their opinion.
But I think I'll announce who that person's going to be during the convention. I think that's pretty normal. During the convention, it'll be an interesting period of time.
The Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, where Trump plans to announce his pick, starts July 15th. People familiar with the deliberations caution that Trump's search for a running mate is still in flux.
That was Julia Penbrook reporting. Back in 2016, Trump selected then Indiana Governor Mike Pence as his running mate before the party convention started. A lot has happened since then, and Pence announced that he will not be backing the president when he serves, the president that he served with in this election cycle, saying he, quote, cannot in good conscience endorse Trump. He said he will not be voting for President Joe Biden either. Today was day 6 of Hunter Biden's federal gun trial in Wilmington, Delaware. Hunter's lawyers told the court their client will not take the stand. Closing arguments got underway after lunch. Following prosecution rebuttals, the jury got the case around 3:30 in the afternoon. Hunter Biden faces 3 charges, accused of illegally buying and possessing a gun while abusing or being addicted to drugs. The case represents the first time a sitting U.S. president's child has been on trial. Last week, President Joe Biden said he would not pardon his son if found guilty. In news around New York State, an investigation is underway following the death of a woman who was attacked by a cow. According to St. Lawrence County Sheriff's, 28-year-old Flor Lopez was tending to a newborn calf when a nearby cow charged her and struck her several times. The incident happened Sunday in Lisbon. Lopez was taken to a nearby hospital where she died from her injuries. An autopsy is scheduled to determine the exact cause of death in St. Lawrence County. A new bill requiring notice of the danger of firearms to be presented to folks buying a gun has passed through the state Senate and Assembly. Last week, Senate Bill 66-49 passed, which will require dealers in the Empire State to post and provide notice that says, quote, access to a firearm or weapon in the home significantly increases the risk of suicide, death during domestic disputes, and or unintentional deaths to children, household members, and others. Contact information for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline will also be provided. Some lawmakers feel the bill is stating the obvious, while dealers see that it is a threat to their business.
I would say nice. That's mandates without funding. New York State just keeps piling on the hardships for us trying to make it so we cannot operate.
The bill is set to be sent to Governor Kathy Hochul's desk, where she can then sign it into action or veto the legislation. New York Attorney General Letitia James joined members of the state legislature and advocates from across New York to celebrate the passage of the Safe for Kids Act. The goal of this law is to protect children from addictive social media feeds and digital monitoring from social media platforms. According to James, New York is the first state in the country that has passed a law aiming to regulate addictive algorithms. In Keystone State news, the Pennsylvania House of Representatives voted this afternoon on a bill that can change the way school districts get money from the state. 107 yeas to 94 nays pushed the bill through to the Senate. House Bill 23-70 came about following a lawsuit claiming school districts that serve low-income communities are not getting enough money from the state. State education officials were ordered to come up with a new way to fund the schools so that all students have the same opportunities throughout the Commonwealth. The bill, if it passes the Republican-controlled Senate, means hundreds of underfunded districts will receive more money over the next several years, costing more than $5 billion. A date has not yet been set to vote on the House Bill 23-70 in the Pennsylvania Senate. More big news out of the Keystone State. County courts in northern PA will receive state funding for indigent defense. Indigent defense provides legal representation for those who cannot afford it. This is the first time in history the state is providing funding to public defenders' offices. The money comes from $7.5 million allocated to the indigent defense in the 2023-2024 budget. The funds are being distributed by county. And here in our area, Tioga will receive $94,101. Bradford County, $108,781. And Susquehanna County is to receive $106,936 for indigent defense in Pennsylvania. It's been a cloudy and cooler day, but we find out now how much longer that can go on as Chief Meteorologist Howard Manges takes a look at the first forecast for us.
Yeah, you're right. It was a chilly start to the new work week here, and it's all the result or because of this trough of low pressure. You kind of see this swirl in the atmosphere from Quebec through Ontario into New England and here in New York and Pennsylvania. It's a trough of low pressure. Inside troughs is cold air, relatively speaking, of course, but that cold air is about 10 to 12 degrees colder than what it usually is this time of year. And when we look at surface temperatures, they can be related to the temperature of the air above the ground, and that's why today was so chilly, because of the cold air upstairs. And, of course, the clouds. Right now, we're 5 to 10 degrees below average in a large portion of the area. Look at these numbers. Yeah, nobody's in the 40s yet here on the map, but Oneonta, 50, 54 in Margaretville, 55 in Greene and Whitney Point. But when will we warm up? We know it's not going to stay this cold. We'll talk about the warm-up coming up.
Thank you very much, Howard. The plan to demolish the IBM buildings in Endicott is finally moving forward after being abandoned since 2007. Mayor Nick Burlingame says the village applied and received a $6 million Restore New York grant for the demolition of the buildings. The construction company is on site and ready to begin the process, but are waiting for the Historic Preservation State Office for the green light.
So it's really sad to see any piece of history go. It's something that we certainly don't strive for. We want to preserve as much as we can, but we also know that there's a time. There's a time to move on, and for these old buildings, it's time for the next chapter in our history.
Burlingame says he does not have an exact date for when this approval will come, but believes that it will be this summer here in Endicott. Officers and community members donated blood today at the Broome County Sheriff's Office to save lives and honor a fallen officer. 12 News' Daniel Kern explains the importance of the annual blood drive.
The Broome County Sheriff's Office partnered with the American Red Cross to hold a blood drive on Monday. The office says this annual drive is offered to people who wanted to donate blood, but also honor its fallen officer.
We've been doing this event for a long time, and really we decided to partner up with them to get blood, but also about the one officer, the only officer we've ever lost in line of duty, Kevin Tarsia, in July of 2002.
The office says this event gives people an outlet to provide a service to the community while also honoring the sacrifices made by Deputy Tarsia.
We're trying to do a good thing, and obviously when we attached his name to it, it keeps his name alive. It kind of gives us a chance to inform other people when they come into the building about who he is, what he meant to us here, to the office.
With several different types of blood needed, the Sheriff's Office encourages all people to donate blood, as it could save a life.
You know, you never know what the day contains, and you never know if you're going to need it yourself or your partner or any other agency around here.
The Sheriff's Office recommends anyone interested in donating blood to reach out to the American Red Cross. Daniel Curran, 12 News, Broome County.
Coming up on 12 News at 11, the Strawberry Fest is right around the corner. We speak with organizers to find out what's new and what's coming in Owego after the break.
At Wendy's, you can get
an English muffin and seasoned potatoes for just $3.
with a light and fluffy toasted muffin.
And crispy potatoes, love.
Is this my breakfast? Yes, yes it is.
She bought it.
Grab a proper $3 Wendy's breakfast for a limited time.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Marshall Machinery, now with 6 convenient locations to serve you. Find us online at marshall-machinery.com.
For everybody who believes the care they deserve should always be within reach.
For everybody who wants to be confident about insurance for the next phase in life.
For everybody who's looking for the best ways to take care of their employees and their families.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're making care more accessible and affordable in more ways and for more people in our community. Because when we do that, everybody benefits. Visit excelisbcbs.com/care options to find the care you need.
Tomorrow on Around the Tiers, I'll be going live at Tenango Park to talk about Broome Bands Together, as well as the Strawberry Fest will be in studio to talk about their upcoming Strawberry Fest. All that, your local weather, and so much more, all on Around the Tiers.
The 42nd Annual Strawberry Festival in Owego is right around the corner, and board members are calling it the best one yet. From a new 5K run to different bands playing on 5 separate stages. Organizers tell 12 News they are counting down the days until it begins.
Look up Owego on Wikipedia, you will find the Strawberry Festival. So we got to keep it going, right? And this year is fantastic.
Wendy Post and the rest of the co-chairs say come with an empty stomach because this is an eating festival right here in Owego. The second annual Southern Tier Music Festival is set to take place on July 6th at Sydney Municipal Airport. This year's music festival will be headlined by country artist Nate Smith. Smith was recently recognized at the Academy of Country Music Awards as the best new male artist of the year. Attendees can expect a day filled with live music, food, drinks, food trucks, and more. This event is run by 4 Towns Forward, a group that looks to attract more visitors to the area.
Bring them into our communities. You know, camping is available, and eat in our towns and shop in our towns and support local economic development. That's the ultimate goal of this, but family days and just enjoying the day together.
General admission tickets for the Southern Tier Music Festival in Sydney are $60. Those interested can find a link to the festival's website on WBNG.com. And it is senior spotlight time, everyone's favorite time of the year to nominate your graduate. Submit a photo of your senior, and it may be highlighted on Around the Tiers. Spotlights will run from June 10th through the 28th. You can then add their photo, name, and the graduate's future plans. Please note that these photos should not be professional or be their yearbook photos. You can find the form to submit your photos right on our website at WBNG.com. And of course, congratulations to all of our 2024 seniors. Well, we'll head over to the Weather Center now to see what the seniors might be celebrating, what type of weather that will be. Howard, what's it going to be like over the week here?
We're looking at a cold start, obviously, but there will be a slow warming trend as we get into the later part of this week. National picture showing there's some rain in the upper Midwest, out through the mountains as well, down to the southeastern U.S., a couple of thunderstorms in the mid-Atlantic. But what you can't see is any precipitation in the northeast. You're also having a hard time picking up the cloud cover because it's low cloud cover, and that doesn't show up very well in what is showing here is the infrared satellite image, and it's just not showing up very well because, again, those cloud tops are relatively warm compared to, say, tall thunderstorms where the clouds are much, much higher up into the atmosphere. And temperatures right now, we've got 51 in Binghamton. Of all of the cities mapped here, Binghamton is second only to Moosonee, Ontario. That's pretty crazy, right? Yeah, look at Las Vegas and Phoenix. They're still over 100 degrees at this hour. 63 in Bismarck, but 51 degrees in Binghamton. So that's not saying that it is the coldest across the country. It's just of the cities that are mapped here on my current temperature map. Locally, 50s. Nobody's in the 40s yet. 53 in Ithaca. Oneonta trying to get to 49 degrees, but they're at 50. 51 in Delhi, 52 in Windsor and Harpersville, and also 52 down in Conklin. Headlines, straightforward. Clouds are going to keep us warm tonight. If we didn't have the clouds in place tonight, I would be concerned for, reaching that danger point. But clouds act like a blanket and keep us warmer at night. Tuesday looks like a repeat of today. Nice weather next weekend, question mark? I think so. Does it stay cool? The answer is no, it does not. The 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, the 16th through the 20th, we're getting into that, that golf tournament time. And yeah, we're trending right now toward above average temperatures. Again, these maps don't quantify how far above average, but 70 to 80% chance is a pretty strong signal. Overnight, cloudy. We're going to see a lot of clouds tomorrow, maybe a few limited breaks. Tomorrow night, partly to mostly cloudy. Wednesday morning, mainly cloudy, some breaks of sun in the afternoon on Wednesday as well. But then into Wednesday night, turning partly cloudy to clear. And Thursday doesn't look all that bad. We have a mix of sun and clouds during that day. But the next 7 days show we're in the 60s tomorrow. We're going to be in the mid-70s on Wednesday by the time we get to Thursday. Looks like the warmest day of the week. I think we're in the low 80s. We're still going to be near 80 on Friday, but the best chance of rain with a cold front comes on Friday. But the weekend looks absolutely beautiful.
And the weekend actually starts the coverage. I know you talked about the golf tournament a little bit, but we have the Taylor Swift cover band, and Taylor Swift seems to find her way into our newscast almost every single night. But, as they're getting the course ready, what are conditions going to be like? Nice.
There's no concerns here this week. Get a little bit of rain late week. But again, we don't have any first alert weather days here over the next 7 days. It does, as I mentioned, look like it turns hot potentially next week.
Speaking of next week, live June 20th, 3 p.m. to 6:30, our 12 Sports 12 News. Dick's Open, including Around the Tiers coverage as well. We'll be there all day, so make sure you tune in and head over now to the WBNG homepage to find out everything that's going on, all the details. Remember, tune in all day, Thursday, June 20th at WBNG, and live we will be at the Endicott, the Enjoy Golf Course in Endicott. So, still to come here tonight at 11. The Golden Bears get some gold. 12 Sports' Michael Villegas joins us with the details after the break.
Where there is pain, find comfort. Where there is despair, find hope. Where there is fear, find peace. During a serious illness, the team from Helios Care delivers an entire range of expert support wherever you call home, including valuable education and training for family caregivers. Because even with a serious illness, the better you feel, the brighter your days. How can Helios Care help your family? Call or visit our website to learn more.
Dear non-stick surface. You're great for scrambling eggs, but to drive on? Well, that's what it feels like when things get rough. Good thing we have amazing traction. Let's bond. Toyota all-wheel drive vehicles.
Lease a new Grand Highlander all-wheel drive for just $4.99 a month with an adult-sized third row and plenty of room to roam. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor or 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
In everything I do,
I'm gonna dominate this season.
I do it to be the best at it.
No one should have to fight their battles all alone.
Work hard, don't complain.
This is going to be the best year.
Take it in,
yet.
And give it all out.
Well, damn, let's just get it started.
I'm trying to reclaim my life, but so much of it is gone.
You got me.
The thing I think you and I need more than anything is distance. Something's off with my swing.
Accept the things you cannot change.
I have the courage to change the things that I can.
Baseball is in my blood.
Baseball almost killed you, JR.
I haven't heard back from any of the schools I've applied to yet. Ain't nobody worried about you.
I'm not here about us. It's the team. I messed up.
I did what you asked. You told me to make a choice. All-American Homecoming.
Season premiere, Monday, July 8th.
This is the Jeff Kai's Auto Sports Desk.
Welcome back in. I'm Michael Villegas, and this is the Sports Desk. The Vestal Golden Bears field hockey team was finally awarded their championship rings on Monday after an impressive 14-2 season. The girls were able to finish off last season with a win in the Class B state championship game over Iroquois, winning 4-1. They get to add this ring to the collection as they now have won back-to-back championship rings. The ring ceremony was held at Arnold Park in Vestal, where players, coaches, and their families could all celebrate the accomplishment and show off the new bling with some new pics for the gram, no doubt. Coach Sachs says the events like this help the next generation see what it takes to build a winning championship culture.
They look up to these young ladies as role models. The girls that are playing JV and modified, I really hope that by seeing the hardware, they're going to be inspired and they want to work that hard one day to be able to achieve that.
It's really kind of the last event that we're doing as a whole team, so it's just really heartwarming to be able to see all of them again for the last time. It's my senior year, so finally getting the ring really makes it official that we did it twice, and the group is just so amazing. These girls, it's like another family.
Congratulations to Coach Sachs and the Golden Bears on back-to-back championships. And the Paris Olympic Games are now 46 days away, and the Olympic trials are even closer than that, with just 2 weeks before America's Best try to lock up their spots on Team USA. Binghamton alum Emily Mackay continues to show why she's a favorite to find herself on the Paris podium. The former Bearcat and Union Endicott grad clocked the fastest time recorded this season by an American female in the 800-meter. Her time of 1:57.87 locked up first place finish at the Adrian Martinez Classic. The win by Mackay also the first time she has broken the 2-minute mark in the event. Mackay is rounding into top form with PRs in both the 800 and 1500 in her last 2 races. Olympic trials are just 11 days away, starting at June 21st at the University of Oregon. And staying on the track, Maine Enwell's Parker Stokes took home a national championship title for Georgetown this weekend at the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Stokes completed and conquered the steeplechase for the Hoyas. Stokes won the race with a time of 8 minutes, 24.58 seconds. Stokes became the second Hoya to win the steeplechase national championship in program history. Stokes is also getting ready to head to Oregon for the U.S. Olympic trials. After the race, one of Stokes' coaches said, quote, "He's been bought in for 5 years, and to see him end his career with a win is amazing. Sharing this moment with him and his parents was so special," end quote. And the Southern Tier track stars are not the only ones circulating buzz around the Paris Games. Caitlin Clark is selected to Team USA for the 2024 Summer Olympics, and the sports world already speculating on why. The Fever Guard ranks 14th in points per game, 4th in assists, and tied for 4th in three-pointers made with Diana Taurasi. Taurasi is going to the games to try and win her record 6th gold Olympic medal at 41 years old. There have been unconfirmed reports from sources like Bleacher Report and Fox News that Clark's fan base could be the reason she was left off the roster. Clark was notified before the announcement on Sunday and is focusing on the positives of the time off.
It's going to be really nice. I mean, I've loved competing every single second, but it's going to be a great month for my body to, you know, first of all, like, get rest and get healthy and just get a little time away from basketball and the craziness of everything that's been going on, and, you know, just find some peace and quiet for myself.
Clark still has an opportunity to play for Team USA as an alternate should any player on the team get injured or can't play. And the news, the NFL news, it never stops. New York Giants star tight end Darren Waller has finally reached a decision on his future of his career after considering retirement all off-season. The 31-year-old officially decided to hang up the cleats after 8 seasons in the NFL, announcing his decision in a YouTube video on Sunday where he mentioned some of his reasoning to call it a career. Waller revealed that a health scare last season while he was away from the team was a deciding factor in his retirement, saying it forced him to reevaluate his life and passions. In 12 games last season with the Giants, he had 52 catches and 1 touchdown and finishes his career with 350 catches for over 4,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. And the Bronx Bombers get the win over the Royals 4-2. LeMahieu and Torres and Soto all have a run and a hit for the Yanks. Carlos Rendon was on the mound through 7, only giving up 1 run. Freddie Fermin able to get an RBI single in the bottom of the 7th to get the Royals on the board. These two play again tomorrow at 8:10.
Listen, I'm looking at the Yankee schedule. I'm looking at the Rumble Ponies schedule. I'm just putting it out there. Southern Tier, keep an eye out on Thursday and Friday. Garrett Cole, he pitched on Sunday, 4-5 days rest. Somerset is here in Binghamton this week.
That's what happens when you get 2 sports guys on the desk now.
Yeah, what are you doing over there? I sit there. I don't know. So, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks. Fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Dear non-stick surface. You're great for scrambling eggs, but to drive on, well, that's what it feels like when things get rough. Good thing we have amazing traction. Let's bond. Toyota all-wheel drive vehicles.
Lease a new Grand Highlander all-wheel drive for just $4.99 a month with an adult-sized 3rd row and plenty of room to roam. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Right now at the Matthews Import Center, save big on a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles from every major brand. Every used vehicle at Matthews has been carefully inspected and is priced to sell with flexible financing options, including our popular Fresh Start financing. See our full selection at the Matthews Import Center in Vestal.
Changing the way the world views individuals with Down syndrome and other disabilities is our mission here at Gigi's Playhouse Southern Tier. We offer direct educational and therapeutic programs for everyone, regardless of age or disability.
Gigi's Playhouse helped me to meet new people.
Our custom programs work towards advancing literacy, math, motor skills, muscle tone, self-esteem, preparing for the workforce, and much more.
Gigi's Playhouse helped me meet new friends and communicate better.
And I love doing the art and gratitude, and I like cooking.
My favorite is sign language.
The positive and uplifting environment of Gigi's Playhouse will empower our participants to reach their very best, and our resources will help foster acceptance, awareness, and networks for families and friends.
Gigi's Playhouse is fun. I like to be here with all my friends.
Oh yeah, it was great, and I'm doing a lot of stuff. Great job.
And the best part, our programs are completely free. Cost will not be a barrier to achievement. If you'd like to join our program, come visit us in the Oakdale Commons in Johnson City. To learn more, call 607-217-4035 or visit gigisplayhouse.com/Southern Tier.
I love Gigi's.
Thank you for joining us once again on WBNG at 11. Have a good evening. We will see you again in the morning.